welcome to Live Yoga Channel. I am Tara, this is Evan. We love to meet here on Mondays and Thursday mornings, perhaps it's the afternoon for you, to do a full Hatha classical practice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. You can be in lotus, half lotus. You can even have your legs a little further away from your groin. That's totally fine. Just find some comfort. Roll your shoulders up and back. And we'll go ahead and get started with Kapalabhati breathing. So this is a forceful exhalation through the nose and a passive inhalation. And then while you exhale, you're also drawing that belly button back to the spine. So follow my cues. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. 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 Exhale, 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 pause, inhale, half lung of breath, and then let's do a breath retention. Take the hands to the legs, shoulders to the ears, hold the half lung of air, take the chin into the chest, swallow, close the eyes, and take the gaze in between the eyebrow center. Hold this prana, all this energy moving through the body as long as you can. Draw the perineum up from the floor as if you're keeping yourself from going to the loop. And then when you need the breath, gently release all of the holds. Sip in a little bit more breath. Exhale completely. Let's do this one more time. Inhale. Pause. Shoulders to the ears, drop the chin into the chest, engage the belly and pull up the perineum, swallow. Your eyes are closed, your gaze is in between the eyebrow center. Release the holds when you need the breath. Inhale slowly through the nostrils. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. Letting the breath be slow and long, witnessing it move in and out of the nostrils. Let's move to yoga for the eyes. So go ahead and open your eyes. You're going to keep your shoulders and head straight, moving only the eyes. Go ahead and inhale. On an exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in. On an exhale, look far right, far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, far left, look up, far right, look down, center. This time, instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. So take your right hand out in front, about shoulder height. Take your pointy finger up to the ceiling. Look past the finger, and then bring the gaze to the fingertip. As you inhale, slowly begin to bend the elbow, drawing the pinky finger or the finger towards the nose. Go ahead and take it out, following the finger, trying not to blink. When it extends, look past the finger. Inhale, take that finger back in towards the nose, staring directly at the finger. Exhale, take it back out. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Take the gaze back to the fingertip. Inhale slowly, trying not to blink. Exhale, take it out. Look past the eye, past the finger. Release the hands. Let's put some healing energy, build some heat in our hands, some friction. Take the right palm, cup it over the right eye. Take the left palm, cup it over the left eye. Do your best to not let any light in through your palms. Breathe gently through the nostrils. sending healing energy to the eyes, the rods, the cones, the retinas. Healing energy. Healthy eyes. Go ahead and release the hands. We'll interlace our hands, extend them out in front of us, and then up over our head. Stretch long towards the ceiling. Expand through the side body. Your breath is slow and steady through the nostrils. And I'd love for all of us to engage our ujjayic breathing. So it's a slight constriction in the back of the throat. The chin is tilted down ever so slightly. Sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. We'll rely on ujjayic breathing throughout our practice to keep us slow and steady. Utilizing our face to know that if we're strained in our face and we're constricted in our breath, then let's back off. If we're relaxed, feel strong and capable, then we take it further. Go ahead and release the hands. Take the backs of the palms, bring them together. Take the right palm over the left, interlace the fingers, draw those hands back to the chest, and then to your degree, everybody's different, take them out and away from you. Keep a smile on the face, inhaling slow and steady. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and release. Switch sides, honoring that we may feel completely different on this side. And this is your practice, your journey. Good job, everybody. Let's go ahead and release. We've been warming up from the fingers, the elbows, all the way up to the shoulders. Let's get on to the toes, the ankles, the knees, and the thighs. Let's start first with toes. We'll do toe cranks. So with your legs extended out in front of you, take the toes and move only the toes. 1, release. 2, release. 3, release. 4, release. 5, release. 6, and hold. Great job. We'll take the right leg over the left. We'll do interlace the toes just like we did with the fingers. Keep your hands away from your feet and try. 1 toe is fantastic. 2 toes is amazing. 3 toes is wonderful. Get to your degree and then squeeze. We're waking up all the nerve endings from the toes all the way up the legs through the sciatica. And release. Let's switch to the other side. In yoga, we like to practice keeping a positive attitude. So if this seems really difficult today, we do what we can, we stay light and playful, and we visualize ourselves saying maybe next week, maybe next month. Squeeze, 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 and release. Moving up from the toes, moving to the ankles. We'll move the feet forward and back for 1, release, 2, release, 3, release, 4, release, 5, 6, and hold. Let's make circles with the ankles. First clockwise, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then reverse. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Great job. Bending, keep the right leg flat, pointing the right toes up towards the ceiling. Bend that left knee in. Grab onto the elbows underneath of that knee. Take the chest up. And then let's make circles with the knee. Clockwise. 2, 3, 5, 6. And then opposite. 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and release that out in front. We'll switch to the other side. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 3. Wonderful. Moving up to the front of the mat, we're going to bend our right knee, take the right foot on the inside of the left thigh, take the left ankle on the outside of the left heel. We're first going to just walk back on our hands. For many of us, this may be our stretch. I want you to feel the lengthening all along the quadricep here, all the way up into the psoas. So if you feel comfortable here and you'd like to take it to the next pose, come down onto your forearms. This may be your pose. Simply let your head and neck fall back. Long, slow breath here. If this is comfortable for you and you'd like to take your spine completely on the floor, you can take your hands overhead, grab onto the elbows to your degree. And then breathing slowly, relaxed in the face. Exhale slowly for 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring our hands back by our hips. Press into the elbows to come out. We're going to come out slowly. Take our time, moving to the other side. We may feel more open on this side. We may feel less open on this side. So entering the posture with compassion and love for ourselves. So first, just walking back on the hands. And then come down to the elbows if that feels good for you. You can let your head and neck fall back. If you have the privilege to bring the spine completely onto the earth, and take your arms up overhead. Keep that right knee planted on the earth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your arms back down by your sides. Inhale, press into the elbows. We're going to come all the way up to standing position at the front of our mats. Your feet together. Roll the shoulders up and back. Make some adjustments. And then close your eyes and feel yourself balanced and rooted into the earth below. Really feel connected underneath of your feet. And then allow the breath to move from the feet through the top of your head, all the way back down, just circulating through the body. And with your eyes closed, I'd like to bring your introspection, your awareness to that space in between the eyebrow center, about an inch up. Right there at your third eye. And here I'd love for each of us to visualize the last beautiful sunset or sunrise we've seen. Honoring that each of us has a personal relationship with this celestial body, the sun, that we receive gifts from on a daily basis. All life on earth is here because of this celestial, beautiful sun. So we'll do 2 rounds of classical slow sun salutations, Surya Namaskar. Follow my cues, leading with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer position, open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, look back, reach. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. This is our first stretch of the day. Please don't overstretch. You might bring your hands to your ankles. You might grab on behind your ankles. You might bring your fingertips to the floor. Just let your head and neck hang heavy. You're looking back at your belly button. Draw the weight into the balls of the feet so the backs of the legs are long. If you can bring your fingertips to the floor, you might be able to bring your palms all the way to the earth. If you can bring your palms to the earth, you might have the privilege to press your fingers backwards, away from the toes, and press the palms into the floor. Just breathing here, waking up all the back body. Your breath is slow and steady. Let's take the left foot back behind us. Drop the knee and the top of the foot. We'll inhale, draw the shoulders up and back. Let the arms hang to the side. We're leaning forward. We're lunging into that front hip. Our right knee is in alignment with the hip and the right toes. Let your hands hang down and then look up towards the ceiling. Your breath is long and slow. Roll the shoulders up and back, and then take your gaze up to the ceiling as far back as you can. It's still early, no overstretching. Stay relaxed in the face. Ashwashan Shalanasana. Return your hands to the mat, tuck the back toes. Exhale, take the right leg back to meet the left. This is our first, we call this mountain pose. It's known as downward dog in the West, but you're pressing down through all four corners of your palms. You're pressing down in your heels towards the mat. You're lifting your sits bones up towards the heavens. Your elbows are looking at one another, and your head is heavy like a mango hanging in a mango tree. Notice that one heel might want to reach the earth more than the other. See if you can send both heels towards the earth evenly. Notice that one knee might want to press back towards the wall behind you more than the other. See if you can press both knees evenly. The bottom of your next exhalation will drop to the knees, chest and chin. Come up onto your fingertips. So there's a space in between your belly, your butt's up, your knees, your toes, your chest, your chin, your fingertips. Keep the elbows in tight. Look down the nose. Breathe slowly. We'll bring the palms to the earth underneath of our shoulders. Drop the pelvis to the floor. Bring the tops of the feet to the earth. And just slide on through. We'll come into Sphinx pose first. Resting on the forearms. But go ahead and take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Notice the low back opening. Honoring breathing slow and steady. Go ahead and release. We'll take our hands underneath of our shoulders, tuck the toes, press into the hands, lift the legs back, lift the hips back, coming into mountain pose. Let's take that left foot in between the hands, drop the knee and the top of the right foot. We're going to inhale the shoulders up and back. Ashwashan Shalanasana. Look up. Smile on the face. Lean. We're lunging into that front left hip. Waking up all of the tattvas, the grankis, all of the earth energies from sleeping. Slow and steady. Return the hands to the mat. Tuck the back right toes. On an exhalation, bring that right foot up to meet the left and fold forward. The body's starting to warm up here. You might feel a little bit more open. You might be able to bring your fingertips to the floor. If you have the privilege to bring the palms to the earth, you might be able to bend the elbows and draw that chest closer to the thighs. Taking the tailbone up towards the ceiling. for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, slowly take those palms together, looking up, overhead, look up, look back. And bring the hands back through prayer position as you exhale. And return the hands to the sides. Beautiful. And do the same thing on the other side. This time a little bit more swiftly, moving with breath. Follow my cues. Inhale. Exhale deeply. Open the eyes, hands through prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up and back, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the waist. Take the right foot back behind you. Drop the knee and the top of the foot. Inhale, open up. Exhale, take the hands back to the earth. Take the left leg back to meet the right, mountain pose. Drop the knees, chest and chin. Inhale into cobra or up dog. Keep your chest in between your hands. Look up. Exhale, release, tuck the toes, press back into mountain pose. Inhale the right foot up in between the hands, drop the knee and the top of the foot, take the shoulders up and back. Exhale the hands back to the mat, take that left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale the hands up and overhead, look up. Look back. Exhale, release. Take your hands to the sides and with your eyes closed, notice how your ankles, your hips and shoulders are feeling a little bit more aligned. The body's starting to warm up here. And with your eyes closed, please bring your awareness to the other celestial body, shining upon our planet and on each of our unique bodies. The moon. We honor the moon through Chandra Namaskar, and just like the moon impacts all the waters and the tides of the planet, as yogis we practice that the moon also helps to make the mind our best friend as we do these practices and we tame the waters of our bodies, taming the mind. So Chandra Namaskar. We'll inhale, open the eyes. Exhale, bring the hands through prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. This time, take the left foot back, drop the knee and the top of the foot. We'll take our hands through steeple position and then up overhead on an inhale. Crescent moon. So we're lunging still into our right knee. Your gaze is up on the ceiling. And your breath is slow and steady. Pressing down powerfully into the big toe of the right foot for 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands to the mat. Tuck the back left toes. Take the right foot back to meet the left on the exhalation. Should feel good. Body's starting to warm up here. Drop to the knees. Chest and chin. Ashtam Pranam. Inhale either to cobra or up dog. Your choice. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press the chest back towards the thighs. Take the left foot in between the hands, drop the right knee and the top of the foot, bring the hands through prayer position all the way up overhead as you inhale, leaning into that front left knee. Crescent moon. Release the hands to the mat. Tuck the back right toes. Exhale, bring the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale the arms together. Look up and back. And then we'll close the posture through prayer position. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Chandra Namaskar. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer position. Open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Take the right foot back. Drop the knee and the top of the foot. Hands through prayer. Inhale, crescent moon. Return the hands to the mat. Tuck the toes. Exhale, left leg back to meet the right. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, press back powerfully as you exhale into mountain pose. Inhale the right foot up in between the hands, drop the knees, the top of the foot, take the hands through prayer all the way up. Return the hands to the mat, tuck the left toes, exhale, bring the left foot to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale the right arms. The arms up overhead, and then come back through prayer position. Release your hands to the sides, and just with your eyes closed, take your introspection to the area of your heart. Feel the heart beating. The yogis refer to the heart as it holds the emotion for love. So with each heartbeat, doom, 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 we're sending love to every cell of our body. You might feel some tingling around your skull, the capillaries around your fingers, your hips, your toes. Activating and building our self-love. Beautiful job, yogis. Let's go ahead and open the eyes. We'll move into our first yoga asana of today. Let's go ahead and do chair pose. So you're going to keep your knees together and bring your arms up overhead. Your arms can be parallel to one another. You can also bring your hands into steeple position if that feels good to you. Go ahead and bend your knees as if you're sitting down on a chair. Sit down a little bit more. You're engaging, you're lengthening through the side body. Engage that belly button so the belly button goes back towards the spine. The chin is tilted down slightly, but the gaze is in between the eyebrow center up on the ceiling. So you're looking up. Bend your knees a little bit more. In the final pose, your breath is slow and steady. Go ahead and lift your toes up off the mat, just your toes. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Sit down a little bit further, and 1. Inhale, all the way up. Release the hands. Take them back behind you. We're going to interlace those hands. Draw them down towards the earth. Open up the heart. Look up. Exhale. Fold forward. And then see if you can take the arms away from the back towards the ceiling. To your degree, everybody's different. Long, slow breaths here. This should feel relieving. Release the hands, press into the feet, help the body come upright. Shake it out. Next, let's take some of the energy into the internal organs, we're going to do seated twist. So first, let's bring the energy into the stomach. So we'll keep our feet and knees together. We'll take our hands to prayer position. Inhale. As you exhale, begin to bend the knees and take the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Press that elbow into the knee, and then begin to twist from the waist, stacking your elbows, and then look up towards the ceiling. Sit down a little bit more. You can stay here. You can also take your left hand, keep that left elbow hooked on the outside of the knee. Take the fingertips or the palm to the floor. Take the right arm up to the sky. Open up that right shoulder, look up. Breathing slow and steady. For 3, 2, you can stay there or find your bind, and 1. Inhale, we're going to come out with ease and grace back to prayer position. We'll do the other side, bringing loving energy to one of the hardest internal working organs, our lovely liver. Have I told you today how much I love your liver? Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Stack those elbows, beginning to twist from the base of the spine. Look up towards the ceiling. Take the right hand to the earth, keeping that elbow on the outside of the knee. Take the left arm up. Relaxed and slow in the breath. Waking up all the nerves and the legs. We're strengthening all the legs and massaging all the internal muscles, internal organs. Bend that left elbow. Find your bind if that's available for you today. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll come out easily and gracefully. Wonderful. Let's go into table. Come back a little bit on your mat. We'll take our arms up overhead, similar as to last pose. Either the arms are parallel or in steeple pose. And then exhale, hinge at the waist, coming halfway, but with a flat back. So I want you to engage the belly, lengthen through the side body, and you're reaching through your fingertips and then through your sits bones. So you're reaching towards the front of the room. Your neck is long. Your gaze is directly down from your nose. Engage that belly button. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands to the chest, bend the knees. We'll take our right leg back behind us. The big toe is in alignment with our chest. We can keep our hands here at prayer position if we have a shoulder or neck injury. If we'd like to bring our arms up overhead and reach towards the front of the room, reach from the heel all the way to the fingertips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands through prayer position. We're going to stay balanced on this left foot, bringing that right leg all the way through center. Take those toes up. See if you can get those toes in alignment with that right hip flexor. Come on. Maybe next week. Maybe next month. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stay here. We'll go into Natrajasana, dancer pose. So stay balanced on the left leg. Take the right knee, bend it. Grab onto the ankle or the top of the foot behind you. Take the left arm up overhead. You can stay here. You can also take the hand to the inner arc of the foot or the ankle and bring the arc of the pose to the front of the body and begin to kick that right leg back behind you. Staying balanced here and relaxed in the face for 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's do the other side. So go ahead and bend the knees just a little bit. Take some focus into grounding that right leg. Hands through prayer position. Take that left leg back behind you. Our hips and our shoulders are square. The middle toe of the left foot is in alignment with the center of the body. You can stay here, or you can take your arms overhead, reaching towards the front of the room. Be long and strong. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to fall. Come back through prayer position. Take that left leg, swing it on through to the front. And bend that right leg a little bit if you need some balance. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to fall. We practice these balance poses because they bring us strength and poise in our day-to-day. We love to bring yoga off the mat. 2 and 1. Let's go into dancer. So bend the left knee, grab on to the ankle behind you, and take the right arm up overhead. We call this dancer 1. In Sanskrit, it's Natrajasana 1. You can stay here. You can take your hand on the inner part of your foot. Begin to lift and kick that leg back behind you. Bring the arc of the pose to the front of the body. Look out onto something in front of you that's unmoving, and focus there. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to fall. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Shake it out. Woo! Swing tree. Take our feet to the outside edges of the sticky mat. Inhale the arms up overhead. Take the right hand, grab the left wrist. Stick the left hip out. Reach over the right side of the body. Take the right arm slightly more forward than the left armpit. Look up. Stretch. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll switch hands. Honoring, we may feel totally different on this side. Take that right hip out to the side. Reach over the left side body. Look up towards the ceiling past the right armpit. Take the left armpit slightly more forward than the right. For 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Next, we're going to bring our feet together, 5 inches apart. Open up the chest. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Everybody. It's okay. We can grab onto our ankles, but everybody's in a forward fold. If you have the privilege to take your hands underneath of your feet, this is what we're working towards. So you can step on your fingertips. If you can bring your palms more underneath of your feet, then you have the privilege to massage your wrists with your toes. Let the head and neck hang heavy. And if you have the privilege to be standing on your palms, you can bend the elbows and use the strength of your arms to draw your chest closer to the thighs. The sits bones are up towards the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend the knees, release. Everybody, take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. Bend the knees as you need. Begin to straighten the knees as best as you can. And we're going to take the gaze. We're going to get an upper back bend stretch here. First, I want you to take the gaze to where the floor and the wall in front of you come together. Then see if you can go halfway up the wall, 3/4 away up the wall, as high as you can on that wall in front of you. Maybe even up to where the wall reaches the ceiling. The sits bones are up towards the ceiling. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the head and neck, bend the knees. Take the hands to the mat and the feet. Walk the feet back, coming into Parvo Konasana, mountain pose. Bend your right knee, take your left heel to the earth. Bend your left knee, take your right heel towards the mat. Take both knees and straighten them back towards the earth. Notice that one heel might want to reach the floor more than the other. Press both heels evenly. Inhale your left leg up. The center, the big toe of the left foot is in alignment with the center of the body. Press powerfully through your right palm. Your breath is slow. Inhale the left foot up in between your hands. Take the right heel to the earth. Set your foundation first. We're coming up into Virabhadrasana 1. We're coming through a warrior series. So we're leaning into that front left leg. We're efforting towards 90 degrees. Our hips and our shoulders are facing forward. Lunge into that front leg and then take those arms up overhead. Perhaps your palms are parallel. Take that right armpit a little bit more forward than the left. Perhaps you have your hands in steeple position. Bend a little bit more forward. You're active in that back right thigh, so you're protecting that back right knee. You're also gripping the mat. Your back right foot is solid on the mat, so you're steady. Sorry. And then your gaze is in between your eyes on the ceiling. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to make adjustments and we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 1. So I need to take my back right foot back a few inches. Open up the hips and the shoulders towards the wall on the right side. Our arms are parallel. Take a moment to look back and see that they're even, and then lean into that front right thigh, looking past the fingertips to infinity. I like to make sure that my front heel is in alignment with the middle of the arch of my back foot in this pose. For 3, 2, and 1. Take the right arm up to meet the left. We're going to come into Virabhadrasana, Avaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. So we're leaning into that front leg. However, we're not collapsing our chest onto our thighs. Smile at the shake in the leg. Look up through your eyes. The gaze through the eyebrow center. Gripping the mat with the back right pinky. Exhale, release the left hand on the inside of that left foot. Take the right arm up towards the sky. Go ahead and walk your right feet back if that helps you sink your hips down a little bit further. Feel free to stay here, or you can bend that right elbow and find your bind. You can take your left hand underneath of your thigh, reach around for your right fingertips. Look up towards the ceiling, open up that shoulder. For 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands to the mat. Drop the right knee, heel toe. The left leg out. Let's go ahead and come into Kandanyasa. We're going to take our hands into push-up position underneath of our shoulders. Go ahead and walk that right knee back just a little bit. Bend the elbows. So what's going to happen here is you're tucking that left elbow into the left thigh. The right elbow is coming into the right hip bone. Lean forward, so I'm lifting my right knee up off the mat, and then just begin to play with your left toes, lifting your right toes. A is for attempt here. Give it a try. Yogi's choice. And when you've tried a few times and you feel complete for this side, please send your hips back towards your heels. Take the forehead to the earth. Take your hands back down beside you. And rest in child's pose. Take a long, deep breath through the nose. Open the mouth, let out a nice, slow sigh. Return the breath to normal through the nose. Let's bring our awareness to the beautiful brain inside of our skull as it rests on the mat. Visualizing a healthy, healthy brain and a brain stem and a gorgeous spinal column, moving neurons and firing peptides and all of the processes of our nervous system working so well. Healthy, healthy brain and nervous system. Giving appreciation to our mind, our intellect, that allows you to hear my words, my instructions, and then move your body in ways in which you're choosing. Giving thanks for this mind and our intellect. So grateful for our healthy, healthy mind. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we'll meet back up into mountain pose to bring balance to the shoulder side, to our right side. Go ahead and lift the right leg up. The right big toe is in alignment with the center of your body. Press powerfully through your left palm. Inhale, take the right foot up in between the hands. Bring the left heel to the earth. So my big toes are at about 10 p.m. Let's work on the foundation first. We'll rotate our hips and our shoulders forward and then bend into that front knee. Keep the back of the foot gripping the mat. It's easy to, like, as we bend forward, to lift that back heel or the back right or the back left foot. Keep the foot gripping the mat. And then take the arms up overhead. Look up. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Look up through the eyebrow center. Bend more into that front right foot. Bring the left armpit more slightly forward than the right. Your breath is slow for 3. Give it a try, everybody. It looks complicated, but when you get it, you just get it. So A is for attempt, and after you've done it a few times, please, let's everybody push back into child's pose. Take one long, full breath through the nose. Slow exhalation through the nose. And then return the breath to normal. Bringing your awareness to the beating heart once again and your chest. Giving thanks for this organ. It started beating at day 27 when we were in our mother's womb. And it's been working tirelessly with us day in and day out ever since. Our oldest friend, our closest ally. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Healthy, healthy heart. Visualizing all of the beautiful fluids being transformed and transmuted. Bringing the awareness to the perspiration on the skin. Appreciating our beautiful, beautiful skin and for its detoxification properties. As we're moving and we're using the rajas, the passion, to move us through these poses, and that heat transforms the waters and the airs and inside of our inside of our cells and all of our fluids, and we're transforming the earth energies. So we're using the elements to detoxify our body through our beautiful breath and movement. Thank you for this intelligence body. Let's go ahead and we'll come back up. Okay, so let's go ahead and come into tabletop. So we're going to bring our hands underneath of our shoulders, our knees underneath of our hips. Perhaps you're familiar with this. We're going to inhale, drop the belly, look up, stick the tailbone out. Exhale, slowly round everything like a kitty cat. Look to your belly button. We'll do this a few more times at your pace. Inhales and exhales. After your next complete round, we'll meet in flat back. Go ahead and take your left hand, reach it towards the front of the room as if you're going to shake my hand. Reach, reach, reach. And then take that right leg back behind you. Lift up that right leg so you're pressing through the heel. Lengthening as far as you can. Press through that right heel and then reach forward towards the front wall. Stay here if you want. If you'd like to come to the next variation, we're going to bend that right knee. We're going to take our left hand and grab onto the ankle. Kick that foot back and away from you. The final pose, look back over your left shoulder towards the ceiling. Breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Shake it out. If you need to come back and shake out your wrists, go right ahead. This time, let's take our right hand up towards the front of the room as if you're shaking my hand. Take the left leg back behind you. Press powerfully through that heel. Reach through the fingertips and the heel. Stretch, stretch, stretch as long as you can. Active in that core so your belly button is drawn back towards the spine. And then bend that left knee, grab onto the ankle, and then kick that foot away from you. Go ahead and take your gaze past your right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Kick that foot away for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. We'll sit back onto our heels, shake out the hands. Good job, everybody. We're going to come into either yogi's choice. If you have a headstand practice by yourself in the middle of the room, please feel free to go into any variation you want. If you want to go from crow to headstand, tripod headstand, whatever works for you. For the rest of us, we're going to do shoulder stand. So we're going to come back down, laying on our spine. Take the legs up towards the ceiling, and then lift the hips up, bend the elbows, and you're going to hold on to your low back. Your hands are pressing up towards the ceiling. Your elbows are closer together. Your chin is towards the chest. Your legs are together. Point your toes together, and then your gaze is in between the toes up on the ceiling. Long, slow breaths here. This is such a beautiful internal bath for all of our organs. When we go upside down like this,
we switch the weight of gravity, and all the fluids in our body are extremely happy to receive this, especially from our feet all the way down. Our heart is getting a bath from the bottom up. Sharvangasana, the shoulder stand, is particularly powerful for the thyroid and the parathyroid. If you're in headstand and you want to go into splits, please do so. For those of us in shoulder stand, we're going to gaze in between our toes. See if you can keep from blinking. Go ahead and bring your legs back together. If you're in headstand, you can bring one foot forward, the other leg back. If you're in shoulder stand, keep your right leg up. Take your left toes towards the floor over the head. It's okay if your toes don't touch the floor. Reach through the balls of the feet towards the ceiling and the floor. Take the left leg up to meet the right. If you're in shoulders or headstand, go ahead and switch your legs. Same thing, in shoulder stand, right leg over the head. Inhale, come back up through center. And if you're in all of us, let's do eagle pose. Wrap the right leg over the right thigh and then under the calf. Squeeze the knees together. Let's release and do the other side. Wrap the right knee over the left and then take the right foot under the calf. Point through the balls of the feet towards the ceiling and then squeeze the knees together. Go ahead and release. If you're in headstand, come down gracefully. If you're in shoulder stand, go ahead and bring the legs over the head into halasana, plow pose. It's okay if the toes don't reach the floor. And if you have in your plow position, you can interlace your hands on the mat, releasing your hands from the back, and take the hands towards the mat. Go ahead and release your hands, return them to your low back. We're going to take the knees to either side of the head, so they're by the ears, and then we're going to slowly roll out one vertebrae at a time. And together, everybody, let's meet on our back, preparing for fish pose to counter the stress in our neck and shoulders from the inversions. So coming to a relaxed position on the mat, let your head drop from side to side, back to center. Bring the heels together. We'll take our palms underneath of our rear, bend the elbows, come to rest up on the forearms and the elbows, take the head back to the mat. The bottom set of teeth are past the upper set of teeth. These are your fish scales. The breath is slow. Go ahead and release. Let's bring the sole of the left or the right foot to the floor. So bend the right knee. We'll take the left ankle across the right knee. Take the right knee up into 90 degrees. We're going to do thread the needle. We're going to stretch our hips here. So take your left hand in between that triangle, and you can take your right hand and you can interlace either back behind your right thigh, or you can bend your right knee and grab on in front of the shin. What's important here is that we're pressing through the balls of the left foot. So our left toes are active towards the knee. And then I use my left elbow to press that left knee away from me, and that further engages the hip stretch. Release the hands from the right leg, extend the right leg up towards the ceiling, and grab onto the shin here. And draw that shin towards the body. All the while, you're rolling your hips down towards the mat. So it's like a forward fold, if you will. Let's go ahead and release. Let's switch sides. So this time we'll keep our left knee bent. We'll take our right foot and cross it over the left ankle. Bring the left foot up into 90 degrees. Activate the toes so we're pressing through the balls of the feet, and then grab on somewhere. Take the right hand in between the thighs. Interlace behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin, and then take that right elbow and press that right hip, that right knee away from the body. I feel more intense on this side. Just a reminder that this can change from day to day. Release your hands, extend that left leg up towards the ceiling. This time, grab on from in front of that right thigh and grab onto the back of the shin somewhere, and then visualize rolling the low back onto the mat. Go ahead and release your legs, extend the legs, shake them out. We're going to keep the left leg extended flat on the mat, bend the right knee onto the mat. Take the left hand on the outside of the right knee, and we're going to utilize the left hand to roll the right knee over the left side of the body. If this feels good for you, look down the right fingertips. Release the pose. So you'll help your right knee back up through center. I like to hug the knee into the chest and then extend it out back to the floor. Bend the left knee in towards the body. Take the right hand on the outside of the left knee. Stretch it over. Help the right hand bring that right knee over the right side of the body, and then extend that left arm out to the side. And if it feels good in your neck, look down your left fingertips. Release, come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Make circles with your low spine one way, then the other. And then let's extend both legs out onto the mat for our final resting position, Shavasana. We're going to let our feet be about 12 to 16 inches away from each other. Toes falling towards the side. Your palms are about 6 or 8 inches from your hips. Relaxed. I'm going to move you through a guided relaxation. Go ahead and lift your left foot up off the mat 2 inches.
point and flex that foot and then let it flop. Lift the right foot up off the mat 2 inches, point and flex, and let it flop. Squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the belly, draw the belly button back towards the spine, squeeze, 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 and release. Inhale all the way up the side body, draw that breath into your chest, all the way up to your shoulders and neck, feel it expand, and then open your mouth, let out a nice sigh. Make a fist with your left hand, lift it 2 inches up off the mat, squeeze and release. Take the right hand 2 inches up off the mat, squeeze and release. Keeping the back of the neck on the mat, tilt the chin into the chest, stretch, chin into the chest, and release. Let the neck fall from side to side and then back to center. Open the mouth, lion's breath, stretch the tongue, stick out everything. Relax the jaws, bring the lips and jaws back together. Squeeze everything in your face, squeeze your eyes, squeeze your ears, imagine squeezing every hair on your head, squeeze, 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 and release. Letting your body receive all the goodness from our practice today. And with your awareness, bring your attention to the upper lip where the nostrils are taking in fresh life. Feel the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils. Next, bring your awareness, without changing anything, to the belly button, and simply be aware that as you inhale, there's a slight rise in the navel. And as you exhale, the navel naturally moves down. And so with your mind's eye, I want you to count from 10 to 1. Inhale, navel up. Exhale, navel down. Inhale, navel up, 9. Exhale, navel down, 9. Inhale, navel up, 8. Exhale, navel up, down, 8. Continue with this at your pace all the way to 1. Try to not lose count. Wherever you are, release the count. Just let your mind be completely relaxed. If thoughts come, let them pass like clouds in the sky. Feeling completely relaxed. begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing your awareness back into the physical, allowing your belly to grow big as you inhale and exhale. You can draw your left arm up overhead. Eventually, we'll all meet in a fetal position on our right side. Pausing to acknowledge ourself. Appreciating ourself for cultivating our practice today and cultivating more self-love. Sending appreciation to ourselves. Then visualizing a loved one and engulfing them with this good feeling, this good vibe. Visualizing them being filled up with golden healing energy. Trusting in this virtual healing, release them from your mind's eye, knowing that it is so. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, we'll take our left hand and press into the mat and help the body come upright into a comfortable seated position like we began. And with the chin tilted down ever so slightly so the back of the neck is long. Stay here in this relaxed state. And with each inhalation, let's practice a japa meditation. On each inhale, mentally repeat to yourself, I am grateful for my. And then with each exhalation, name your object of appreciation. My eyes, my nose, my toes, my legs. I'm so grateful for my family, friends. Whatever it is, one appreciation per breath. Japa meditation. And release the meditation. With your eyes closed and that gaze in between the eyebrow center. Let us give appreciation to all the yogis before us, all the teachers, all the masters and practitioners. And as we wrap up our practice today and we go out into the world, people will notice something's different. Let's take this vibe, this practice, and shine it off the mat, taking yoga off the mat. What an honor it's been to share in this play and in this prayer together today. Let's open the eyes and take the hands into prayer position, closing customarily. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Mahalo, Evan. Mahalo, Live Yoga Channel, Tribe. We are so honored to share with you our practice. This helps us keep some mental stability during the craziness of 2020. We're so happy to be here with you and to grow together. We're growing in our practice. As Evan mentions, this is a labor of love, but we really appreciate any sort of feedback you have, any sort of comments, likes. Please subscribe, share with your loved ones. We'll be back here on Monday, same time. Evan's going to be teaching live, and then I teach on Tuesdays too. I teach a half-hour chair yoga series, as well as a Trust Your Gut Club. We have a meetup, all things for digestive wellness. So thanks for practicing living like a modern yogi with us here on Live Yoga Channel. Have the best day ever, and a hui ho.